All right, ladies and gentlemen, what we're looking at now is square roots. Okay, so everybody should have their paper out in front of them. We're looking at square roots. I'm not sure why anybody is talking but me. New concept. Shh. Stop. All right. So a square root. Some roots are written with a radical symbol, that little square. An expression written with a radical symbol is called a radical expression or radical. The number or expression inside the radical symbol is called a radicate. Product property of radicals, the square root of a times the square root of b equals the square root of a times b. And this is the most important concept we're talking about today. All positive real numbers have two square roots. A positive square root and a negative square root. Okay, so let's look at this. We've got the square root of 9. Yes?
3.
What if I stuck a negative in front of that square root? It would be negative what? 3. Okay? But we know plus and minus square root of 9. We always have plus and minus square root of 3. Negative 3 times negative 3 is a positive 9. Positive 3 times positive 3 is also a 9. Okay? You always get a positive 9, so it always has two answers. So let's look at this last one real quick. Plus or minus the square root of 16 would be plus or minus 4. Okay? 4 times 4 is 9. No, sit down, Devin. You can do that after we're done with this. Negative 4 times a negative 4 is a positive 16. All right. Let's look real quick at example 2. I want you guys to try these on your own. We got the square root of 64, negative square root of 64, plus or minus the square root of 64, and the square root of 0. So you should be trying these right now on your own. Get your pen or pencil. Try these on your own. Let's go. Let's try these. Let's go through it. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Kenya, what did you get for the square root of 64? You got what? 8. So, Lisa, what did you get for the negative square root of 64? Negative 8. And Jordan Fraser, plus or minus the square root of 64 would be? What is the square root of 64, Jordan?
Isn't it 8?
So it would be plus or minus 8. And Matt, what did you get for the square root of 0? 0, because 0 times 0 gives us 0. Okay. All right, let's turn it over, please. Shh. If you could not talk, I don't know, the entire time I'm standing up here, that would be great. Okay, so we're looking at the back. We've got negative square root of 49. Oops, that looks really funny. Negative square root of 49, the square root of 3, and the square root of 6, which we're going to have to use calculators to figure out. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, let's look. Rachel, what is the square root, negative square root of 49? Negative 7. Okay, for this next one, let's do this one together. You should have a calculator out in front of you. If you do not, look on with your neighbor. You're going to push the light blue second button. Then you're going to push where it says x squared. Light blue second button. and then you're going to stick in 3 and hit equals. Okay? It gives you a very long number, but our instructions say give the exact value if possible. Otherwise, approximate to the nearest hundredth. How many decimal places after the decimal point are you going for the hundredth? 2. Okay? So it would be what, Kenya? 1.73. Okay, let's try the same thing again with the square root of 6. We're pushing the light blue second button, that little x squared, and pushing a 6. Stephanie, can you tell me to 2 to the hundredth place what the square root of 6 is? 2.4 what? Remember, you're supposed to round up. What's the number after that last 4? So it should be 4, 5, because the 1 after the 4 is a 9, so we round up. Okay. Shh. Quiet, please. All right, now we're going to try something that's a little bit different. We're going to plug a equals 1, b equals -2, and c equals -3 into the equation, the square root of b squared minus 4ac. We're going to be using this particular formula an awful lot. Okay, so I'm going to put it in. Square root of -2 squared minus 4 times a times c, which is -3. So -2 squared minus 4 times 1 times -3. Now please don't put this into your, just put this whole thing in your calculator, because when you put in your calculator -2 squared, it comes up with -4. And what is -2 squared? It's +4. Right? So we're going to do this step by step. We get 4 minus 4 times 1 times a -3. What is my next step, Samantha? 4, 1, and -3. Because I cannot subtract 4 minus 4 because that's not order of operations. So we're going to look at it as a -4 though. -4 times 1 gives us -4. -4 times -3 gives us a +12. And 4 plus 12 gives us 16. And what's the square root of 16?
8.
4. Okay, I want you to try one more on your own. You're going to plug it into b squared minus 4ac, and you're going to plug in a equals 4, b equals 3, and c equals -1. Into that equation, b squared, the square root of b squared minus 4ac. So try that one on your own. Try plugging it in.
First I was mad.
It's b squared minus 4ac, a equals 4, b equals 3, and c equals -1. If you want me to check if your answer is right or you want help, please let me know.
choose 25.
I don't know where this negative is. Yeah.
Oh, I see what. See, I accidentally put the negative. It was supposed to be positive. The 16.
Are you a teacher? Have you ever seen your child get help?
Alright, so most of you are getting it right. There's very little confusion, but here's where I see the confusion. You plugged it in correctly. So you got 3 squared minus 4 times 4 times negative 1. Most of you got to here where you got 9 minus 4 times 4 times negative 1. Some of you didn't realize that these were all being multiplied together. You've got to be careful of that. So I get 9 minus 4 times 4 is 16. And then it's times negative 1. So we get positive 16. And 9 plus 16 is?
25.
And the square root of 25 is 5. Okay? Yes?
Oh, I did it a bit differently. Still got that.
You still got the square root of 25 is 5? Then you're good. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get out our writing.
I lost that like a long time ago.
Then get out a